Hey friends, good morning. Um, just wanted to show you a couple things associated with the Apocrypha that follow the same tradition as the Old Testament. For instance, Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy. Those words themselves come from a Greek transliteration. So notice how unique those words are. They follow the Greek tradition passed through into the English. Similarly, the Apocrypha is Greek names passed through the same exact tradition. Um, Sorry about that. So, what I want to show you is that the order of the Apocrypha books, for instance, Esdras to Maccabees, tell a prophetical story about Jesus Christ. I'm not going to give you the full overview because it's a nice study that you can do on your own, but I'm giving you a little bit of a hint as to the providential design of the ordering of the Apocrypha books, and how if you go from Esdras, first Esdras, to Maccabees, and you yourself look up the meanings of each name of the book titles, they're going to show you a theatrical view of the coming Messiah. It is beautiful. So I'm going to give you a little taste of that right now, and I pray it's a blessing to you. So let me flip over to the names and orders of all the books of the Old and New Testament. Okay. So as you can see here, I'm not going to go through them all. I'm just going to give you a little taste of what it looks like. Judith means woman of Judah. Reminds me of Mary, the mother of Jesus. So you have the woman of Judah. And then you have Esther, which is a star. Esther means star. So you have this woman of Judah, and then the star. Wisdom of Solomon, which is, Solomon means man of peace. Isaiah 9:6 says, unto us a son is born, unto us a child is given, and the government shall be on his shoulders, and his name shall be called Wonderful, Counselor, the Mighty God, the Prince of Peace. And then you have a 9:6 right here. See that? 9:6, Isaiah 9:6. So let's go back. We got the woman of Judah, the star, the wise men saw the star in the east. I'll show you some scriptures to back it up real quick, but then you have wisdom, so the Prince of Peace being born, and then Ecclesiasticus, which is also known as the wisdom of Jesus. So you have these layouts of, when you look at the names and you define the names of the Apocrypha books, they're telling you the story of Christ and his redemptive plan. I mean, it's beautiful. Like when you look up these names, they all are showing you the characteristics of the Messiah coming and the prophecies of the Old Testament coming into play. It's just amazing. So let me give you a couple of hints. Genesis 49:10. It's all backed up by scripture as well, which is really fascinating. The scepter shall not depart from Judah. We saw that Judith is tying to the lineage of Joseph and Mary, nor a lawgiver from between his feet until Shiloh come, and unto him shall the gathering of the people be. So we see that. Then over in Numbers 24. Numbers 24. "17. I shall see him, but not now. I shall behold him, but not nigh. There shall come a star out of Jacob, and a scepter shall rise out of Israel, and shall smite the corners of Moab, and destroy all the children of Sheth." So you see here, there shall come a star out of Jacob. Esther meaning star. So you see the prophecies of Christ being revealed in the names of the orders of the Apocrypha books. Then you have, like I told you before, Isaiah chapter 9. In verse 6, "For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful, Counselor, the Mighty God, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace." And wisdom of Solomon, Solomon meaning coming from the root of the Hebrew shalom, peace. So we see another prophecy, the son being born, which is called the Prince of Peace. And then over in Ecclesiasticus, let me just show you this. We're going to get specific about who this son is when we go to Ecclesiasticus. At the beginning, give me 1 second. If I can get there. Ecclesiasticus, the wisdom of Jesus. See how specific the Apocrypha gets in the layout? The son of Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus. Ecclesiasticus comes from the Greek Ecclesiastes, which is the church or the preacher, or there's multiple definitions for this word. But what I wanted to show you, and then I can give you a verse for that, showing you that after the wisdom of Solomon, the Prince of Peace, it gets you more specific who this Prince of Peace is, Jesus. Isn't that beautiful? So let me see here. Isaiah 49. Let's see. 49. Isaiah. "And he said, It is a light thing that thou shouldest be my servant to raise up the tribes of Jacob and to restore the preserved of Israel. I will also give thee for a light to the Gentiles, that thou mayest be my salvation unto the end of the earth." So the idea of Ecclesiasticus, the name, is that Jesus comes to be a light, not only to the Jew, but to the Gentile, to the entire world. So as you can see, there's a kind of a prophecy outline. I just did that really quick. My notes are I haven't looked into this in a second, so just be gracious to me. But in your own time, in your own studies, if you examine Esdras to Maccabees, it tells you a beautiful story when you try to define the names of these books of Jesus Christ. And then, of course, after Maccabees, you have Matthew, which is the gift of the New Testament coming into play. So it's a beautiful theatrical perspective of God laying out the books providentially and divinely organized. God bless you. Hope that's a blessing.